Welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, where we explore all things books, business, and bullshit. My favorite bees. I'm your host, the fairy coin mother, Cinquanta Cox-Smith of www.cinquantacoxsmith.com. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, season 6, episode 5. I am your girl, Cute Money Bags, and today we are going to talk about one of my favorite subjects in the whole wide world is making money on Amazon. So I'm going to bring you guys into the book world. We're going to talk about how I make my coins on Amazon, KDP. We're going to talk a little bit about audio, and also we're going to talk about journals, of course. We're going to talk about journals, and we're going to talk about one of the new beta things that KDP and Amazon recently rolled out that I think will help me get back into my short stories. If you guys don't know, I do write erotic short stories. Again, I believe I read Past Due Rent here on the podcast. If you're interested in checking that out, again, I'll leave all of those links in the description box. It's thundering outside and raining. I don't know if my mic is going to pick that up, but if it starts to thunder really bad, best believe I'm going to stop recording because I can't do it. It's the weather here in Texas drives me up the wall. It can be sunny, then it's like raining in one spot. Next thing you know, it's like very humid. I'm confused. It's like we go through all of the seasons in a few days, and I just don't know how to dress for this weather. I can't wear my natural hair because it's humid. I've been traveling, having fun with my kids. Finally got them back. They are here, driving me up the wall. But good thing is, school starts soon. I won't be able to complain too much because, again, they'll be back out of my house and into the hands of the wonderful teachers at KISD. I just pray that they have a great school year. Last year was rough for a lot of these kids, and I just hope that they can get a grip on what reality is now. The teachers can get back to teaching, and the kids cannot be so caught up in all this foolishness. I just want them to go to school, learn, and come home and have really good grades and have a better understanding. But I'm talking too much, so you know what time it is. It's time for our rapid fire questions of the day. Let's get into the rapid fire questions of the day. If you're new here, we just do rapid fire questions to kind of loosen you up to get ready for the entire episode. Today, our very first rapid question is, it's brunch, what do you eat? So your girl won't eat French toast regardless. We're stuffed French toast with bananas, cinnamon, strawberries, extra syrup. I'm going to eat French toast. That's going to be my first choice. No matter what, put some whipped cream on there. Make it fancy. Give me a face. And then my second choice would probably be an omelet or anything with seafood. I could do a crab cake, and y'all gonna throw them eggs on there over easy. I'm gonna slide them bitches right on off. But yeah, anything with seafood, French toast, or omelet. That's what I'm eating. Who's trying to go to brunch with me? Let me know. Hit me up. My second rapid fire question of the day is favorite baked good. Baby, I am a glutton for a good red velvet cake. Shout out to my girl Rudy. She makes the red velvet cake jars that are amazing. I have not mastered making a red velvet cake yet, but when I do, y'all gonna have to be like, okay, girl, we get it. You know how to make a red velvet cake. You don't got to bring it to every event, because I'm gonna make that cake for everything. Thanksgiving, Christmas, my birthday, your birthday, St. Patrick's Day, we're gonna have red velvet cake. If y'all got a good recipe for a red velvet cake and a nice creamy, that's the point. Like the cream cheese frosting has to be on point. So if y'all got a good recipe, let me know, because I'm trying to master this red velvet cake, but I'll eat everybody else one. Until then, that is our 2 rapid fire questions of the day. Now let's go ahead and get into this episode. We're going to get into my favorite topic about making money in the book world with Amazon. So this has so many layers to it, and I will try my best to go over like familiar with all these acronyms, like when I say KDP, ACX, and things like that. We are gonna break it down just a little bit more so you guys can understand what those things mean. Actually, I don't know what ACX stands for. I don't even know if they have like a audio creation something. I don't know. I just know that it is okay. What is ACX? No, it does not have. ACX is just the name. It does not. It's really not an acronym. Okay. All right. So with Amazon in the book world, there's a few ways that you can make money. So you can make money on Amazon with Kindle books, and these are like ebooks that people read on their Kindles or on the Kindle app or on their phone, their iPads, things like that. You can also create short stories on Amazon as an ebook as well. Most people are more familiar with KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing. That is where the paperback books come into effect. And also, like I said, now more people are doing the journals and the notebooks, diary type style things, prompt books, coloring books, workbooks, different children's book as well. And it goes so much deeper than that because you can write a nonfiction book, you can write a fiction book, autobiography, biography, self-help. There's so many different ways that you can create a book on Amazon KDP as a paperback that we probably haven't really touched the surface yet. As you see now, more celebrity authors who have written books, they turn around and do like a journal book where there's like prompts to go along with the new book. One person in particular who has done this was Michelle Obama. Her Becoming book also has a journal that goes with it. So I want to give a little rundown of my KDP journal because when I first published in December of 2014, I published on a website for my paperback that was called Create Space. Now, Create Space is where you used to go to get your actual paperback book published, and you can only publish ebooks on Kindle. They did this merge somewhere around like 2017, 2018. It started to merge where you no longer had to use Create Space to upload a paperback book, which was amazing because then your Kindle book and your paperback book was all in one place. Let's give a rundown. My very first book I ever published, December 2014. In around March, I want to say. No, let me not skip. I started doing erotic ebooks around November 2015. And then I wrote my very first erotic short story. And since then, I have at least 10 of them. Somewhere around late 2017 and early March 2018, I finished up my first audiobook. So this is when I was like, oh, there's audiobooks. And then I realized that you can upload your own audiobook. There was many lessons learned in that we can go over a little bit later. Right now, I just want to go over my timeline. With the journals, I started doing that in early 2018. So that's like the gist of my author career from 2014 ranging to now currently in 2021. It's been about 6-7 years. Let's see. This year will be about 7 years I've been in the publishing industry, which is amazing. I'm still able to make income. It was rough in the beginning. For the first couple of years, it was really rough. But doing this part-time, I've made about $50,000. There's probably people out here who've made way more money than me. And that's not even the money that I've collected from people buying books on hand or like from me on my website getting signed copies. That figure is not in there. This is strictly on the KDP website. And then also, I don't even have the figures from Create Space because I'm not sure if they merge. You get what I'm saying? I'm not sure if they merge in the KDP platform. So again, this is a ballpark figure of what I can see on the KDP dashboard. I have been in the business about 7 years, 50,000 plus, and I have never done this completely full time, like the only thing I focus on day in and day out. I've done it in spurts, like for maybe 2 months, I'll focus on uploading journals. Maybe a couple times out the week, I'll focus on finishing a book. It was never super consistent as in full time as I am with like the podcast and with YouTube. One thing about Amazon KDP and Kindle Direct, basically Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing and the paperbacks, you can really make a living when you do it the right way. There's so much research involved, and I know it seems easy when everyone's like, "Oh, all you have to do is upload your book." But there's so many things that come towards that. When you put something out, you want to put something out that's amazing. First impressions is always good. And I wish I knew this when I first started, but I was able to right my wrongs. I was able to create a new cover for my very first book. I was able to re-release it with updates and better editing. I was just able to do so much different things that helped me in this industry to stay where I am. And again, like I said, consistently make money. Kindle is different because even with the paperback stuff, there's formatting that's different. So the Kindle formatting is different from the paperback formatting. Even when I write the book, I have to format two separate documents. That's a lot. With ACX, you in audiobooks, so it's like the longer the book, the better. More people are starting to put their books on ACX, and more people are starting to learn that they can have ghostwriters write it and have someone narrate it and make money. It's a business regardless the way you look at it. There's people who have people research and design for them, and all they do is upload it and they pay them cents on the dollars because they're from a different country. But I love audiobooks. I have an audiobook course, but it takes time to find the right narrator. I'm sure you've listened to a sample of audiobook and you was like, yeah, I can't listen to that voice. It really, really depends. And they need more African American voice narrators. If you feel like you have a really good voice and you could see a future in narrating, sign up to acx.com and shoot your shot and get you a nice little mic from Amazon, record in a closet, go to a studio, do whatever you need to do. But that's an additional income that you can create. And then also being someone who shares their link or someone signs up to Audible, which is like the service for audiobooks. I believe it's like $14.99 a month. You get them to sign up. You get a bonus as an author because they sign up to read your book on Audible. That's a really good perk as well. And then now we have Kindle Vella. It's where you create episodes, which in my opinion is like creating short stories. I think it's somewhere between 3 and 5,000 or 8,000 words per episode, and you get paid on a different scale versus the ebooks. I have not dived so deep into it, but I did want to mention it because it is a part of the book world. And also there is rumor that KDP was trying to do hard book covers. I saw it in someone's dashboard as a beta, but I didn't get it. I don't know how true it is, but I did see the screenshot and I did see it in beta in someone's back office. So hopefully that will come into play. Until then, I'll use my other resources to create hardcover books. There's still more ways to make money on Amazon, but I wanted to focus on the book world. Like I said, Amazon, Kindle, paperback, Kindle Vella, and ACX. Those are the more book centered ideas to make money with Amazon. And once I start to do more things, or FBA, MBA, whatever, anything that surrounds, around Amazon, if I try it, I will definitely let you guys know. I'm always making sure I share, but I always want to make sure I'm sharing good information and things from my experience. I am going to put myself out there and try Kindle Vella. And when I do make my first sale or however it goes, I will let you guys know. I'll come back with a review, let you guys know how it worked for me and if it was good, and then we'll go from there. But this is just a little bit of information about, Amazon and how you can make money in the book world. Again, I make majority of my money now from the journals and the notebooks that I've created. I still have book ideas out there, and we'll get into that in the Q Money Bag Style of the Week. But I really want you guys, if you have a voice, if you have a story, if you have an idea, to do your research, put it out, do the best that you can. And again, I'm here to always answer questions. Check out my YouTube channel for the Journal Business series, for the How to Start a Print on Demand series. There's so much information there that I put my heart and soul into, hoping that it will help change someone else's life like it's changed mine. Again, thank you guys for listening to this episode. This segment is called Q Money Bag Style of the Week. The Q Money Bag Style of the Week, we're going to talk about why is it taking me so long to write another book? I don't know. I am going to say it really all boils down to time. When I start writing, I get lost into the characters, into the book, into the plot. I got to think about what was I thinking when I thought about this title and these characters. I got to take myself back to when I was in my 20s. I am now 30 something, and it's hard for me to go back to where I was because I know I wasn't in a great headspace. To pull those characters from that time in my life where I was definitely trying to find myself and figure stuff out, it's hard to go back once you've healed. I think it will take a lot from me to go back to that time period. Yes, I can change the story, but it wouldn't flow with the series if I was to really truly develop and change the characters from their characteristics of what I first introduced them as. That's one of the reasons it's really giving me a hard time, because I'm thinking like I have to really go back into a dark place to develop and truly connect with my characters, and that's hard. I have the whole book written out, like as in my outline. A lot of times I don't do outlines, but I kind of did just sporadic things that I know that I wanted to happen in certain chapters and parts of the book and how I wanted it to play out. But a lot of times I really don't do an outline and I just start writing. One reason why I should try to put out a short story, because that kind of helps me get back into the writing process of, like, you know, breaking down a whole story and finishing it from start to finish, because I could pump out a short story in a day with like 5,000 words and it'll get me motivated. But I have played for creating these books and just remembering what type of mindset I was in listening to these songs and pouring my heart out and crying out for help is very difficult. I'm trying my best. So send your thoughts and prayers with me as I try to get back to writing and finishing the series. Because I said, if I don't do anything else, I truly want to finish the series that I started that made me an author. Like I owe it to the characters to finish telling their stories. I'm excited to keep pushing towards it, no matter how long it takes me. But I promise I'm coming back. I'm gonna finish the series, and you guys can hold me to that. Until next time.
Hey guys, today I'm here to talk about Printful. So Printful is an on-demand order fulfillment and warehousing service that fulfills and ships products, including clothing, accessories, and home and living items for online businesses. So if you've been following along on my YouTube channel or here on my podcast, you've heard me talk about print on demand and you heard me talk about Printful. I enjoy Printful and I call it my number one source for print on demand fulfillment and shipping. They're awesome with their customer service, and I recommend them to anyone who wants to start shipping products with no startup costs. It's free to use, and I love just getting my samples in the mail. I love seeing my customers super excited about the quality of their t-shirts and other items. So if you want to go ahead and join Printful, visit bit.ly/PrintfulCC to sign up.
Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to the Coins and Connections podcast. Don't forget to leave a review and join the conversation over on Facebook and Instagram using the hashtag Coins and Connections. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Cinquanta Cox-Smith and at Coins and Connections. You can shop all merch at www.coinsandconnections.com. I love you more than I love this podcast. Peace.